My girlfriend got drunk, snooped my phone, accused me of cheating in 2014, so I ended it. We took a weekend trip out of town for our anniversary. We spent all day walking around, trying food stands, taking pictures, and acting like tourists. At dinner, she ordered drinks. She doesn't usually drink, but she said it was a special night. By the time we got back to the hotel, she was tipsy and giggly. I turned on the TV and kicked off my shoes. The room smelled like lemon cleaner. The ice bucket sweated on the desk. Out of nowhere, she said, "I went through your phone and saw you cheated on your ex-fiancé. I could never marry someone like that." She said she'd known for a long time and kept it to herself. She said if I wanted to be with her, I needed to be honest. Her words were flat and sharp. My head snapped up. I told her I never cheated on anyone. I was engaged back in 2014. I'm a hoarder with messages and photos. I never delete anything. I keep texts going back to 2012. She had scrolled deep into old threads and albums while I was in the shower earlier. She found pictures of me with another woman taken in early 2015 and decided that meant I cheated on my ex. I told her the truth. My ex and I had already broken up by then. She didn't hear any of that. Her voice jumped from loud to louder. She called me awful names and said I was not marriage material. I kept saying, "We broke up at the end of 2014. I told her I could show proof. She waved me off and kept pushing. The room felt smaller by the second. The TV light flicked across the carpet. I tried to calm things down. I offered to show her the timeline in my phone. She said she didn't need my excuses. She was angry and not making sense. When she stepped into the bathroom, I grabbed my wallet and went downstairs. The keycard light flashed red behind me. I asked the front desk to send security so I could get my bag without a scene. Security came up with me. Even then, she tried to block the door and said I couldn't leave. They told her it wasn't up to her. I packed my things with shaking hands. I threw in my charger, toiletries, and the shirt I wore to dinner. She begged, then snapped, then begged again. I kept it short. I thanked security, walked out, and drove to a relative's house for the night. The next morning, my phone lit up with messages, bubbles stacked one after another. She said I was a bad person for leaving her at the hotel. She said I was not marriage material. She said she could never trust me. I stared at the screen and felt sick. I hadn't cheated on her. I hadn't cheated on my ex. I wanted this to be about facts, not a story she made up. When I got home on Sunday morning, I needed a plan. I wrote a simple timeline on a notepad. Then I called my mom. She told me to breathe and read the list back. After that, I called my best friend. He told me to protect myself and set a clear line. Hearing both of them helped. I decided to go back to my hometown for a few days and give her space to move out. During one of her angry texts on Saturday night, she said she'd be out by Thursday. I chose to hold her to that. On Sunday night, I locked my bedroom door. She slept on the couch. I kept my phone under my pillow in case she tried to go through it again. The air vent rattled. It was a quiet night, but I didn't sleep much. She leaves early for work, so Monday morning I packed a small bag and left. My plan was to stay away until Thursday so she could take her things. On the drive, I replayed her words over and over. I opened the window and let cold air hit my face. I wanted to move on, but a part of me needed to prove the truth. I pulled over at a coffee shop and opened my laptop. I went through Google Photos and old texts. The milk steamer hissed while I scrolled. I searched dates, names, and the last thread with my ex. I found the final conversation between us. It was clear. We ended our engagement at the end of 2014. The pictures she saw were from months after. My hands stopped shaking. I knew what I had to do. I typed out a long message. I told her I was done. I told her I expected her to be out by Thursday, like she said. I told her there was no undoing the names she called me and the way she treated me. I said I never cheated on her or anyone else. Then I added a screenshot of the final text with my ex that showed the date. She read it right away. The dots came and went. She said, "We both hurt each other and need time to process things." She said she wanted to talk when I got home. I didn't agree. I told her there wasn't anything to process. She made a claim. I proved the timeline, and I was ending it. She tried to soften it. She said she was sorry for the names. She said she was scared of being hurt. I told her an apology didn't fix what she did. I told her I wasn't staying in a relationship where my phone was a target and the truth didn't matter. She said I was being cold. I said I was being clear. I reminded her of Thursday and put my phone down. That was my line. It was the end for me. Now my mom is saying I'm harsh for leaving the hotel. Am I doing this wrong?